where you at, boy?
Ahoy hoy, it's your boy attackslug, and this is Where You At, where I load up old save files and see where I'm at. And this episode is a little bit different than how I usually do things, because usually it's a game I have not played in a couple of years. And this time, it is a game I am playing right now, and it is EX Troopers, or as the game says, X Troopers. It is a 2012 release from Capcom. It is part of the Lost Planet franchise. It is a game that is never going to get localized. So I finally decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll import it, and we'll play it. So, I'm going to hit continue here, and we're going to jump into where I am currently at in this game. I am about 11 hours or so into the game. From what I hear on the internet, it's about 15, 20 hours, something like that. So, here we are in futuristic Japanese high school on EDN 3, which is the planet, the Lost Planet, from Lost Planet 1, 2, and 3. The less we say about Lost Planet 3, the better. That game fucking sucked. So, moving on. Here we are. I am this main character dude with the pink hair and the goggles, and it's Japanese high school. So, this game is kind of slice of life-ish. It uses every anime cliche in the book, so if you like that kind of a thing in your video game, this is certainly a video game that you might like to play. However, I should note right up front, I don't speak any Japanese. I don't read any Japanese, so I could not tell you what the plot is or what a lot of these things do. But having said that, the game is ridiculously easy to play even if you have no knowledge of the language. It's pretty good about pointing you in the right direction, so once you figure out basic menu stuff, it is pretty easy to figure out what you should or shouldn't be doing. And my phone's going off, I'm getting YouTube comments or subscribers. I'm actually waiting on a phone call, so that is why my phone is not on silent as it usually would be on silent, because, you know, that's kind of just rude, people who are watching this video. Anyway, this is one of the 3 locations that is kind of like the hub world that you can get to. You can get your upgrades to your weapons in here. There's some other stuff over in the pink area, and then the front area you can take missions. But this is not where we're supposed to be right now. We're supposed to be in the main area, so these areas unlock as you progress through the story. So I will just show you real quickly. This is like kind of, you start there in the advanced base. I'm not sure if that's advanced or tech. Anyway, this is the frontier base, where you can see, hey, that's an A crate. If you played Lost Planet, that will look super familiar. Although, obviously, this game has a much different art style than Lost Planet, as it is using cell shading. But this game is available, I should say, on the PS3, also on the 3DS, if you have a 3DS. But here's the thing, the PS3 is region-free, therefore I can import this with impunity and not have a problem. The 3DS, not region-free, so unless you have a Japanese 3DS, don't buy this on 3DS because it won't work. So, this is the base where I'm currently at, and you can see there on my map, up in the upper right corner, there's an exclamation point. That is my next story junction. But before we hit that, before we hit a story junction, I will show you how this game actually plays when you're not wandering around the halls of futuristic outer space Japanese high school. And that is, there are these VR missions, and this is also where you have the online component and the versus component, but right now, we're going to jump into the offline component, which is just, hey, here are these missions to take. You can level up your friends, you can get more stuff, and gain levels, and get more items for crafting, for upgrading your weapons and your skills. So, we'll just jump into the second one here. Now, these have objectives, so you can see I have gold and silvers, so there are objectives in here. I don't know what they are. If I get them, it is by complete accident. So, we'll go in here. You can see I have a bunch of different weapons that I can use. This is what I've been using at the moment. I don't know, like, I can, you know, kind of parse the stats down here if you're looking down at, you know, the numbers and that kind of stuff, but largely it's kind of, there's a lot of guesswork involved. But what we're going to do here, we're going to we've got these different special abilities here. You can see that's a blast, that's a blast, that's a blast, but they all act a little bit differently. So, then I can pick my crew members, my partners here, who are AI compatriots, but we want to use somebody that is not at max level, so we're gonna, they've got a level here, and then if you look over on the right, in the upper right, there's a happiness meter, and so we want somebody who's not 100% happy with us so we can get them to be more happy, I guess. I'm not sure entirely how that affects things. I think it gives you more upgrades paths for your weapons or something, so this is pretty early on, so we'll get this egghead here, the guy with the green hair, and use him. I can change outfits. There are different unlockable outfits here that you can see. I can get my school outfit, I can get my gym class clothes, but I'm just gonna go with the basics. So we're gonna jump in here. This is like mission 2 of these VR missions, and I will show you how the game plays before jumping into some more story. Here's an A-Grid. If you played Lost Planet, you recognize this A-Grid. I got a dash move, I can shoot, I've got, you know, main weapon, I've got secondary weapon. I'm collecting thermal energy. Unlike Lost Planet 1, your thermal energy does not continually go down. What it is used for in this game, A, it is your currency when you want to buy stuff and upgrade your shit, and B, you can see there under my health bar there are 5 stars. The more I collect thermal energy, the more stars that I get, and when I get to 5 stars, I can use my special attack. So let us try to do that. Although I did just kill that that Acres. Okay. Now I have 5 blinking stars, so we're gonna boost here. Now my understanding is that the core of this gameplay was actually the core of what was supposed to be Mega Man Legends 3 before Mega Man Legends 3 got shit-canned. And they just kind of used the core of that and put it into this game and said, hey, we're going to put it out in Japan, but we're not going to localize it. And that, I say, Capcom, fuck you. Because Lost Planet 3, I did not enjoy very much of. And I played through it just because, hey, you know, I kind of felt obligated. You know, I played the first 2. But they farmed it out to a company called Spark Unlimited, who has made a bunch of shitty games, whereas this game is Hexadrive, who are mostly known for porting games to HD, like Wind Waker and Zone of the Enders and that kind of thing. So they really don't make that many games themselves, but they made this one, and I think it's pretty excellent, and I think that if you have a PS3 and you don't know what that third thing is. I don't know. If you are comfortable playing import games, then certainly if you have a PS3, pick this one up, because it is much better than the actual Lost Planet 3. But Capcom's excuse as to why they didn't localize this, we'll jump out of the VR here, is that they thought, they didn't want to do the work to change the text. So what they said was that the text was not actual, like, text file, it was hard-coded for a lot of this text. So they were using, you know, as like a picture font, and not a actual text file that would be easy to, you know, how normal localization works is that you can actually just take, you know, the text out and replace it. Obviously, it's a little more complicated than that, but they supposedly specifically made it so it would be impossible to localize, which is really fucking unfortunate and really short-sighted of Capcom, because I think this would have done, you know, at least a little better than the shit show that was Lost Planet 3. So, you can see here, here's the guy with, you know, you'll meet characters, you'll do little side missions for them, and that will get you them to be able to use in your party for when you want to do this VR stuff. But let's go on here and head into the next part of the main mission. I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know how it's going to go. So we'll play it a little bit here and find out. Now, there is stuff with your VS, which is your vertical suit, which is your mech. The VS stuff is not that much. Like, there hasn't been, at least in the, you know, previous 11 hours, there hasn't been that much of it. But it is certainly pretty similar to how you play as a human being. It is not that big of a difference. It is very anime mecha type deal, and it is fun to play. So she's talking to me. I got a blueprint. Alright, so that means I got a blueprint and I got an email. And so this girl wants to go into the VR world and do stuff, so we're going to do that. That's going to be our next mission. But now we have her in our group of people. She's level 5. She has the happy face, but not the, you know, super happy face. She doesn't have the hearts in her eyes. Yet. Before that, we're going to head here and Alright, that guy wants something too. Alright, so we're gonna talk to him. There is a new blueprint. I can build this thing for money that I don't have yet. Good to know. Alright, so, you know, there are upgrades and that kind of stuff, and I'm using this red laser gun and this missile launcher thing that I don't have enough things to upgrade yet. So, fuck all that. Heading out here. Let's get into some more actual combat. I'm gonna actually see what this person wants in the VR booth before actually heading into the next main mission, is what I would assume to be. So, we're gonna talk to this girl, and she wants to run a mission. We saved her from a giant worm thing about an hour or two ago. So I would assume that if I do this mission with her, I will get gifts and be able to upgrade my weapons further, which is what you really always ever want in this game. So, that's fine. I'm going to stick with what I have. She's going to accompany me in this mission. We're going to shoot either some Acrid or some Snow Pirates. So this game does take a lot of what you saw in Lost Planet 2, which is not all of the world is frozen like it was in the original Lost Planet. So there are areas of jungle, and there are areas of lava, and that kind of stuff. It does use a lot of the Acrid, although I think there are some new ones. Like, it's been a while since I actually played 1 and 2, so I certainly recognize a lot of the basic Acrid, but there seem to be some new ones. Now, there is some kind of a rock, paper, scissors system in here with the enemies, or the weapons. There's there's the worm thing again. I fucking just fought one of these. There's, like, it's fire, it's purple, whatever, like, electric, and something else. And I'm not entirely sure how they integrate, but it looks like some kind of a rock, paper, scissors type deal. But, as of yet, hasn't really been that important in terms of how I fight things. Like, I've just been, you know, kind of picking the weapons that I want to pick and doing it that way. And it seems like keep firing things at me. But the combat is smooth. For the most part, it feels good. The camera doesn't really hinder you too much. You know, you spend a lot of time with your lock on here, locking onto shit, as you know you want to do. The AI is mostly competent. I really haven't had too many complaints about the AI, but if the AI dies, you know, kind of not that, they'll come right back. So not that big of a deal. He's gonna charge me. I'm gonna use my circle attack here to pull him out, like that. I've actually got special, so I gotta get close to him, and then special. I hope that worked. Honestly, I can't tell if that worked or not. Different specials have different amounts of effectiveness from what I'm able to gather. It does get a bit visually intense when there's a lot of things going on, a lot of enemies attacking you, and that kind of shit. But generally, it is pretty easy to play, and it is pretty enjoyable to play. And I've really been enjoying the 10 or so hours that I spent this weekend alone playing through this. So, on Amazon, it goes for about $20, $22, something like that. I actually picked up mine off of eBay for 15 bucks, free shipping from Japan, which was kind of nuts, but sure enough, it got here in like 5 days, which is crazy. And the thing that I've learned about buying used games from Japan is that, unlike, say, a GameStop, they take care of their stuff. So, I bought it used, and it was in, you know, it is in pristine condition. There are no scratches, the box looks great, so I have zero complaints. I actually ordered a copy of Mr. Mosquito 2. I got a trophy. I ordered a copy of Mr. Mosquito 2 for the PS2, and that should be here this week, I hope. And I'm hoping it'll be in a similar condition. So I did one thing there. So, I actually ordered a game for the original Game Boy, and it had the box and manual, like the cardboard box and manual. Great condition. So, no complaints about buying used games from Japan. So I did her mission thing here. and that was fun. And she gave me a thing. Making sure I got everything from that. Alright, so we're gonna bail out of this VR stuff and head to the actual mission, and then that should wrap up what I've been playing here and where I'm currently at in this game. So there are people, like, if someone has something to say that is important, they will have a thing over their head, as is the case in a lot of games, but nobody there has anything important to say. I'm hoping that maybe they'll give me some mech stuff here, and I can show that off, because I don't have any other way to really get to that at the moment, unfortunately. So the cutscenes happen in a couple of ways. One of the ways is like this, where it's just a static image, and there's, well, some kind of, occasionally be like little animated effects to it, like that. And you know, I don't understand any of this, so you kind of have to kind of assume through tone and that kind of thing. But there are also fully animated cutscenes that all kind of act kind of like a comic book. But we're just gonna kind of thumb through this. So I don't understand a damn word of any of this, outside of, you know, acrid, which they'll say in English. So I honestly don't know really what is going on too much in this plot, but that's okay. I'm still having fun playing it, and that's kind of the most important thing, is that have fun playing it. So this guy wants me to go on a mission here, and so we're gonna go on a mission. We're gonna keep our actually we'll change our EX blast here, something different, and then we'll be stuck with those two members in our party. That's okay. So probably not gonna get to any mech stuff, but it's basically the same gameplay, except you're in a giant robot suit. That's okay. It's fun. It's fun. And they'll sit here and talk to me, and I'm just gonna thumb through it because I don't understand any of it. We're gonna go fight acres. We're gonna go shoot stuff. But yes, there are factions of snow pirates. You will fight them as well as the Acrids. It's basically it's about as Lost Planet as you can get, but it is just full of every anime cliche in the book. And whether or not you find that enjoyable is, you know, personal preference. But I'm having a hell of a good time here. Oh hey, what's up, Acrid? Say hello to a rocket launcher. Oh. So pretty much you've got two weapons, and you have infinite ammo, but there is a recharge. So you'll hit the thing, and then you'll have to recharge. And obviously, the more powerful the weapon is, the longer the recharge is going to be. So my rocket launcher was like 8-9 seconds, or whatever. There is a pretty good variety of enemies, so I've been enjoying how the combat works. Those things are assholes. Those big balloon things will suck up the leftover juice on the ground and then use that to repel their health, and they're fucking annoying. I hate them. Stop refilling your fucking health, assholes. And then when you kill them, they explode into a paralyzing beam type thing, bomb, whatever. Come on, stop fucking healing yourself, asshole. It's my goddamn magic juice. Let's get away. Alright. That was a fire one. Alright, get this stuff here. Alright. I don't like how that, if you don't get to the items fast enough, they will just vanish off the map. That's kind of unfortunate. I don't like any games that do that. Like leave the fucking pickup. I will get to it when I finish killing what I have to kill. Just leave the damn pickup. I need it. Especially if I'm gonna have to be grinding for that stuff later on, as Snow Pirates. Hey, Snow Pirates. Those guys are assholes, so we're just gonna do this shit here. Yeah, fucking eat that shit. That took half your health. That's good enough. They've got these big ass chain guns that are they will chew through your health really quickly, and it is kind of obnoxious. So knock him out pretty quickly. Knock him out pretty quickly. Oh, one of these. Alright, so I want to actually kill the guy on the ground first, because he will drop the thermal energy, and I don't want this guy picking up any more thermal energy than he already has, because if he does, he will just keep healing himself, and it will be just a fucking nightmare. Well, dodge that. So you kind of get the... Oh, I was too close there. You kind of get the basics of how this game works. It is, you know, shoot stuff and collect stuff, and there's plot, but unless you know Japanese, it's not going to help you that much. But it seems pretty standard shonen anime, you know, stuff. So if you watch a lot of that, you will certainly pick up on a lot of how that stuff works. My nose itches. My PS3, it is hot in here, so the fans on my PS3 have been kicking up quite a bit in playing any kind of a game. After, like, you know, 10 minutes, it goes like a fucking vacuum and shit. Alright, something happened here. Something occurred. See here, there are actual proper animated cutscenes of things that happen, and now there's a boss apparently, and we're gonna fight this molten lava motherfucker. Let's get up close and use our special here on him. That should help. It does get a little bit intense when the game throws more than one of these larger enemies at you at the same time, so they'll throw, you know, one of these guys and one of the roly-poly guys, and that does get a bit obnoxious, but other than that, it's generally pretty easy to play, so we're gonna do this here while he's stunned. This will refill our T-Eng like that, and then we'll just do another one of these. So you can certainly strategize how this stuff works if you're smart about it. But I don't actually know what happens when you die, because I really haven't, you know, like, it kind of just will restart you in the area. I guess the only real... I'm on fire, this is not good. The only real knock against the game is that the areas that you do fight in and play in are kind of small-ish, but that is certainly the limitations of also having to be a game on the 3DS. So that is why the cell shading does help the game quite a bit, because it can mask any kind of inadequacy in how you have to actually design your game to actually be functional on the 3DS. So I can appreciate that on a certain level. So we're hopefully gonna kill this guy. Big red here. I guess the only other complaint I have about the weapons is that one of the limitations on the weapons is the range. So, like, my laser won't go as far as the missiles. That kind of sucks when some of these guys can get pretty fast, and being able to dodge out of the way in time is not always... See, I just fucking died there. But I'm not dead, so I'm back. And his health should be the same. Yep. So I'm not sure how many lives the game actually gives you. I haven't ever died really more than once, so I really don't know. I don't intend to find out, to be honest. I'm trying to actually, you know, just get through this story and finish it. I'm having fun, you know, so the game's not terribly hard. You know, there are some moments of challenge here and there. I've heard the EX missions at the end are actually really fucking hard, but I'm not there yet. So we just killed that big thing, and that was a good time. I'm having the game controls really well. Like, I'm really enjoying how it controls as compared to, say, Lost Planet 3, which I did not enjoy how that game control at all. Oh, we're not done yet. Okay, we've got some fucking asshole snow pirates. Good to know. I need to not be anywhere near that fucking chain gun, because that's gonna just tear fucking through me. So ideally, we'll kill these small fries and get their T energy, and then we'll be okay. I will say that having the AI compatriots as a distraction works out really well. But when you get into this, there's some kind of a dodge move I haven't really figured out how to do yet. This guy's just gonna fucking tear through me like an asshole. Fuck you. I do have a melee, and it's useful sometimes, but not all the time. Fine, this gets fucking knocked out. That should've, yeah. No, he's not dead, holy shit. I thought, oh, no, I died. Is that it? Alright, so I guess that's my last life now. I get 2 chances to do that and then I die, so that's gonna be... I gotta be careful here to not fucking get hit by this goddamn chain gun. Is just... How about you not... Don't... Yeah, I want to not be here, so let's get the fuck out of here. I need to not be in front of him. That is just... Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I do want to collect these things that are in the ground here. Like that. Because those are useful. Alright, that was... When they throw more than one of those guys at you at the same time, it is just fucking... They will just wreck your shit so fast. No, make it! Got it, alright. I don't know if that counts or not, but... Anyway, that was a main mission. You can see here I'm getting my results, my points that I've earned, and my T energy, which becomes my currency. Completed. And then it will save... It will say, here's what you got. You're going to use that to get more upgrades. And then it will save, and then we will be done. It might go into another cutscene here, but if it does, that's going to be the end of, you know, just going to cut that, because we're already at like a half hour or so, and that's about as much as I wanted to actually cover from this game. Yep, alright, so back in the lobby. You can see here we've got stuff in our R2, and it gives you all this stuff that you gotta, you know, you can, if I could read this, it'd be great, but I can't, so I won't. And that's the end of that chapter. So what usually happens here is that either you walk around, you get a phone call, you know, and so the game's pretty straightforward as to how the mission structure works, in that you're never actually that lost for that long, because it'll point out, hey, you need to be here, and that is super useful. So, this again, this seems like, you know, the last bastion of Capcom having any sense of making games that are actually fun to play, before moving on to making a bunch of shitty mobile games that no one cares about, and porting over games over and over again, like Resident Evil, which is coming out next year on the everything. It's going to be HD version of the GameCube game. Anyway, EX Troopers, or as the game says, X Troopers, is a game that is awesome, and if you have like 15-20 bucks and you don't care that you can't understand the Japanese and you have a PS3, certainly do yourself a favor and go check it out. It's pretty awesome. This is attackslug. This is where you at, and I will see you next time right here on this channel, and I'm out.